So the pro tip of the week today is going to be Google Authenticator. Now, if you're not familiar with the Google Authenticator, basically what it is it allows you to do two-factor authentication. So we've talked about what two-factor authentication is in past podcasts, but something we'll talk about right now is it's something you know is your first factor, something you have is a second factor, and something you are is a third. Something you know is the password, you have is a two-factor PIN or your phone or something like that that comes from an outside company. And then who you are is biometrics, your thumbprint, eyeball, retina scan, thingamabob, something like that. So that's your two-factor authentication. Well, Google Authenticator offers this up to get access to Gmail, to other applications, LastPass. You can even have it to your WordPress website. So there's different ways you can use Google Authenticator, and it gives you that third factor. There's other companies out there that do this type of thing. Clef is a company that has a similar kind of second factor where it's using a barcode scan. I really like it. It's kind of cool. But if you want to have one simple one, Google Authenticator is a good one to go by. When should you use it? So you should use it all the time. However, there's times it adds one more layer of security, one more step. And that can cause some challenges with especially spouses. My wife, she's very tolerant of me. I'm very blessed in that regard. And we have used two-factor, and she helps me out immensely with that. But there's been times when I want to put two-factor on just, say, a basic website. She's like, no, we're not going to do it. So, again, I'm a little bit on the fringe as far as security goes, but you got to find that happy sweet spot in the middle where is the best. However, recommend Financial Password Manager, a must. Okay, if your bank has a two-factor authentication, enable it, use it. Hopefully it's with Google Authenticator, but use a two-factor if you can on your financial piece. And a password manager to keep, definitely have two-factor on your password manager. Just in case that password's ever compromised, they gotta have that second factor to get in, so highly recommend it. There's some WordPress plugins that are available to you. Google Authenticator itself's got about 20,000 plus downloads, active downloads. There's a WP Google Authenticator. It's got a 4,000 plus downloads. So you got to decide which one you want. I've never played with the WP Google Authenticator, so I don't really know how it will work, but it's an option. It's basically the same. But Google Authenticator just gives you, it connects to your site, and it gives you a PIN or a number, and this number has a time on it. And if you don't, so like if in the case if I go to LastPass, type in my super long password, type in my username, and then it comes up, a box will come up, a dialog box will come up. I then go to my Google Authenticator on my phone, click the little icon, then it comes up and says, okay, you've got, like in the case of Password Manager, my bank, it's all got different numbers, and they're pseudo-random generated numbers. But it's tied that to Google Authenticator in the cloud, that server is tied to my LastPass account. So it's syncing. So then I go and I put in my PIN of it's a 6-digit code of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever is coming up on my phone. I put that PIN into Google Authenticator, into the dialog box on LastPass, and then it verifies with Google Authenticator, yes, this is him, yep, he's good to go, it lets me in. It's huge, it's awesome. Now, there's a time limit, like I mentioned before, and after a period of time, and I'm not sure the actual number on that, it will time out and it'll give you a new number. So if you enter into the back end of that, and it'll flash red at you like it's getting ready to run out of time, it may not authenticate to you. So if it's starting to flash red at you, I recommend that you just wait till the new one comes up and it'll be blue, and then you enter in that PIN. So that's how that kind of works. There are some different ways you can look online to help you with that. There's howtogeek.com's got it. YouTube's got some things on how to set it up. So I'm not really going into what you need to do per se. I'll walk you through how to do it, but you can see stuff on Google online. Just Google it and you'll find it. There's a backup codes. Now you should print those backup codes. So this is in the event that you lose your phone and your phone number potentially. Someone may have gotten it. You have a backup code that you can get that will allow you in to your different sites. And I highly recommend that. And you print this off and you put it someplace safe. Like if you have a fireproof safe in your house, something like that. You keep it on your wallet if you want, but if you lose your wallet, then now everybody has your codes. So it's just something to consider what you want to do with that. Application-based passwords. Okay, so you need to accomplish this for each application that doesn't support the two-step authentication from Google. So now there's some ways that you can connect to it real quick, and it's just boom. It's like 2 steps and you're done. There are some when you're dealing with iPhones, iPads, where it first needs the app's password before you can actually get into it. So there might be a third step involved there, but walk through Google. It'll walk you through how to do all of this. It's very simple, straightforward. And again, I cannot stress it enough. If you have financial or your password manager, put two-factor on it, and make sure that your spouse has that connected as well, or spouse, significant other, whoever you may have in your life. It's important. Also, with your LastPass account, and they have it's a different topic, but LastPass will give you an emergency number or emergency PIN you can set up on your LastPass account. And I'd recommend putting that in your will and last will and testament. In the case something happens to you, people need to get into your password manager to unlock all of your stuff. It's highly recommended that you have that someplace where you keep your will and testament. Okay? All right, that's it for today. All right, we'll move on to what did we talk about today? Well, we talked about ransomware, right? That wonderful scourge of the internet. Why it works so well, because of social engineering, and why do people do it? Because there's money. And then basically comes down to the types of ransomware, from crypto, lock screen, and master boot record ransomware, and to the 5 steps to stop ransomware from destroying your business, right? All those 5 steps that you need to do to help keep it from destroying your business, okay? Pro tip of the week is Google Authenticator, and you should be installing this now. So at the beginning when I said installing it now, I said, wait, okay. Now that the podcast is getting over, go install it. All right. Hope you all enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me anytime and any place. We'd be more than happy to talk to you. I'm on Twitter at WP Security Daily, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you on the flip side. See ya.